Hello fellow leggers, you are joining us in North London as we are on our quest to bring you as wide and varied theatre as possible. We have arrived in Highgate at the Gatehouse Theatre.
Yeah, upstairs at the Gatehouse to see the UK premiere of the musical The Marvelous Wonderettes.
So stick around to hear our thoughts on this one.
And find out how many stars and whether it's break a leg or leg it.
We haven't been to a kind of fringy venue for a while actually, so it's nice and refreshing. What I love is the intimacy and still the passion.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether you're in a 800-seater theatre or a 20 or 50-seater theatre. Do you know what I mean? The passion for theatre is alive.
Yeah, you get a whole different experience, and there's a lot of things that have drawn me to this musical specifically, to be honest with you. But I'll tell you a little bit more about it first. It's a musical comedy we've booked by Roger Bean, directed here by Joseph Hodges. The show uses pop songs from the 1950s and 1960s to tell the story of a group of teenagers called upon to perform at their senior prom when the booked entertainment lets them down at the last minute.
Okay.
Now, the show premiered in Milwaukee in 1999 as a one-act cabaret-style show before evolving into its two-act current format on its journey to an off-Broadway New York home in 2008.
Okay, so it's had quite a run stateside.
It's had many hugely successful productions stateside and was further revived off-Broadway in 2016, where that cast included the original Ivy from Bear, Jenna Lee Green. She's on the cast album, which we have a reaction video to, so check that out. And everybody's favourite stagey impressionist, Christina Bianco.
Okay.
Now, it features classic songs from that era, including It's My Party. I'm going to sing, I can't stop myself. With this music, it's so like, it's stirring, isn't it? Stupid Cupid and Shoop Shoop, It's in His Kiss, which is one of my karaoke standards.
Is it?
Yeah, just so you're aware.
Do we get a rendition today?
I mean, I don't want to be one of those people that sings along with it, but it's my karaoke song, guys. Once it comes on, I might just be sort of compelled, I might get possessed by the spirit of the era.
Okay, what else do we need to know?
1 hour, 50 minutes, including a 15-minute interval.
Okay.
Or plus, one or the other, but it has one. So we'll stick around and find out all of our thoughts at the halfway point.
And stick around to the end to find out how many stars. It's the interval, which means it's time for the break-a-leggers. 30-second interval breakdown. Go. What do you think so far?
Okay,
You go first.
I'm enjoying the music. I've got to say, I know every single word to every single song, even ones that I wasn't expecting to know, I know. And those songs are timeless and classic and lyrically great. They're being performed with such enthusiasm, and I'm loving that about it. What about you?
I'll pick up where you left off. I think the cast are great. 4 females, very exposed music. Harmony lines are very tight. Starting off a cappella, so I'm enjoying the choreography with that as well. So far, so good. Looking forward to seeing the second.
Oh, it's a bit blustery, leggers.
It's turned really cold.
It
What's happened to the
has.
weather? We were in t-shirts like just a month ago. I'm sure we were.
No, we're going forwards, closer to summer. Yeah, it feels like we're going backwards with the weather. But anyway, do you know what? That was the most British thing we could have possibly have done then.
Talk
Let's
about
talk
the weather.
About the weather. Oh, God. But no, let's talk about the Marvelous Wonderettes. And I've got to say, if you love 1950s and 1960s music and you want to hear it in review, then go and see this. It's beautifully sang by and large, and it's all the songs that you know and love, those female-driven songs, because it's for women.
I think that's a really good point. It is distinguishing what it is and what it isn't.
Yes.
It is a review show.
Yes.
Very loose narrative.
Yes.
And I think if you're looking for more depth, it's not going to be there.
Yeah, it's not what I would define as a musical, when you sort of have well-rounded characters. I mean, there are touches of characters and personalities, but they're not developed. They're just handed to us on a plate, really, and they just say, this person is a bit insecure, this person is a bit of a slut, this person is... There isn't anything to uncover as
so
it goes
we can
along.
shoehorn this song in here. If we put in this line here, give this person this bit of character, this bit of narrative, then this song will make sense.
Yeah,
and that's what it is. So if you love the songs, and I think that's it.
It's what I've seen in good cabaret, when they link songs together with a humorous anecdote, or they have something to say, a fun fact about the song, and then they relate it to their own lives. That's all it is. It's superficial, which is fine. if that's what you're billing yourself as.
Just make sure you go knowing that.
Yeah,
I'd say.
go knowing that.
And in terms of how it is then produced, it's then done really quite sharply.
Yeah.
The choreography is sharp, very talented cast.
Yeah, let's stop with the choreography at the minute for a moment, because we must say this is 2-time Offie nominated.
Well
One
done.
for choreographer for Iona Holland, and the other as an ensemble cast, which is a great accolade for
Great
them.
acknowledgement.
Yes, so wonderful, well done there, guys. And I would say the choreography is very indicative and evocative of the period. Again, you know, you've got, it's what I expected it to be. It's all hand movements and, oh, I love him, and oh, you know, it's just of its period, and I love that it knows that.
And yet still quite sophisticated and very, very demanding of its cast, because they are singing all the way through. There's only 4 of them. And
Never off stage.
you know, it's really demanding for them. So, you know, real kudos to you as a company.
Yep.
And to the choreographer for like not taking it easy.
Yep.
Pushing them hard.
Can we mention the musical director Lauren Ronan, who has to string it together?
I'll give you permission to
because
mention.
they're never not playing. It is one song into another, into another, into another. There are very few breaks, so to keep that all together alongside a really capable band, well done.
Yes, a nice
know.
band of 5 of them. Lovely saxophones as well. A bit of flute in there.
Oh, love a bit of
really,
flute.
really suited the
Love an
moods.
instrument you can blow.
There we go. Now, can we go on? Anything else you want to go on in production? Anything else you want to go on to?
Lighting.
Lighton was nice, you know, for a fringe venue. This is quite a nice venue. In fact, can we touch on the venue?
Yeah, let's talk about
very
the venue.
classy, the Gatehouse. I mean, we're here in the Highgate. I feel as if Highgate is a very classy area.
Yes.
The food menu looked great. Seeing
Yes.
the dishes come
You
out,
could
the
spend
atmosphere
a
was
happy
great.
few hours here, couldn't you?
Yeah, and then to have a theatre on top just adds that extra element of culture
It
as
does.
well. So
So
it's a very
Pop
cultured
down
place.
for dinner and a show, guys. I mean, where can you do that to this high standard all in one place?
So I just thought I'd mention that.
And Emily Bestow for set and costume design, I'd like to mention. Loved the costumes. Want to own all of those dresses.
They suited the piece
I-
and the time period very well.
I think the baby pink one I would look particularly good in. I
Okay,
do.
so let's get down to company. All
Yeah.
4 of them were great.
Yeah, let's mention them all. I think
They all
we've
had
got
their
time.
chances to shine.
I mean, we've got time to talk about all of the cast, so let's go for it.
Let's go for it.
Carla
Speedy,
Taylor
speedy.
Alberts as Susie. She is the sort of love lusty one that ends up pregnant in Act 2.
I warmed to her a little bit more, I think, because she was quite
Ex-Mount View.
grounded. Oh, and she's Mount View as well. So there we go. No biases, of course.
No, of
but
course.
I felt she was more grounded as a character. Sometimes she's got lots of female characters can be very up in the air, but there seemed to be a nice level there.
Louise Young as Betty Jean, BJ. I loved those little moments, to be honest with you. Don't call yourself BJ.
Okay.
For obvious reasons. But no, she was really good, sort of desperate, whiny one.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. Loved her. Great interaction with the audience, actually, and a lot of it for her character.
Well, I'll come back to that, but anyway.
Sophie Campbell as Missy, the sort of sweet one. Thought that she did a wonderful job. Had a very distinctive character, I thought. Gave great face. And Rosie Needham, Cindy Lou. Now, if I don't want to pick a favourite, but she was my favourite, and I'm going to tell you that.
Okay,
I
any
loved
reasons
her.
why?
I just thought her dancing was sharp. She just had this great character. She was flirty. She was really feminine, and I took control of her sexuality. And I really liked that in her performance.
That's what you want in a performance,
I
a
wanted-
control of your sexuality.
I loved that.
Own that leg
Do you know what? I
assignment.
just enjoyed her. Like I really liked her performance. Is that okay?
It's okay.
Have I got it? Have I have to have a favourite?
No, we don't judge, you know. You're allowed to have a favourite, and I think as we are leggers, we have to be critically honest.
Yeah.
And this show for me is also flawed in a couple of things that I think are flawed. Firstly, I've got to remember what they were now. I think the sound
Are you
for
a bit
this.
cold?
I am a bit cold.
Oh.
Firstly, the sound balance was off for me. All the sound was at one level and very top heavy, so very soprano heavy. So it was very piercing. Those high
Pitchy.
pitch notes were. Firstly, it's very high, and also out of balance. So the soprano voices were higher. I wanted more balance. Also, when we had solo singers, it was still at the same level. So the backing vocals were at the same level as the lead vocals, and the lead vocals have to push harder.
Poor mix is what you would say there,
Poor
I believe.
mix, yeah.
Poor in the mix.
So something about the mixing needs to be fixed. The second thing is I just want more from a piece. A
Okay.
review isn't enough for me now. I
mean,
kind
for
of get a bit.
certain people would love that,
Well,
right?
I know.
They just want to hear
Certain
those
people,
songs
yes.
done well.
For Malega Nathan, no.
Yeah.
I kind of want a bit more grounded. This is why I think shows like The Band do it well. Because I guess The Band is those numbers we know, but
It's a
really
jukebox musical.
grounded and really like you know
What,
when
can you expand on what
do
you
know
mean
when
by
you sometimes
grounded?
say
Can you give us a good
You know,
example?
sometimes you say you want a death.
Yeah.
Like you just want it to have that level of realism.
Okay.
And I think that's
You want it to be what? Relatable,
yeah,
gritty?
there's only
What
so
do you
many
want?
times this show seems to rely heavily on picking someone from the audience and selling the song to them. There's only so many times you can do that before it gets a bit old, and for me it became a bit old very quickly.
Do you think that's churned out too often? Is that what you're saying? There's no...
it's great, do it, but
No,
do it twice
but in-
and then move on.
Okay. So,
In this, yes, too often.
okay, great.
So,
So you want to see a bit
you know,
more variety in the direction?
I've got to be
That's what
critically
you're
honest,
saying.
Leggers.
Okay. But
So that's what
I'd
I'd
have to
say.
see the script just to see how it's written, really. I want to see how bound we are creatively to the words on the page.
And that's a good point. I don't
Yeah.
know if that is bound by stage direction. It's
Yeah.
not usually in that, or if that's a directorial thing.
I don't
Who knows?
I don't disagree with you. I think it would have been nice to have a build, to have that variety, and to have those moments where you do interact with the audience come as a crescendo of a moment, not the start of a moment. I think I agree with
Yeah, I
you.
guess
know
we'll
what
say-
you're meaning.
Okay.
Right, let's wrap it up.
We're
So,
going to wrap it up.
for the Marvelous Wonderettes, I think I could be one of them. We are
I
going.
think we all want to be one of them,
Of course.
really.
We are going to give 3.
3 stars.
Yeah.
Going, expecting a good time.
Yeah, I
love
didn't.
the songs.
I didn't have a bad time.
For a review.
I just I had some kind of time. Where's that from? Let us know down below.
Yeah, and it is what it is.
Yeah,
I
it is
think
what it
that's
is. It's unashamedly so. It's,
Fantastic
It's
voices.
slightly camp. It's really well performed. It's
A real-
there's nothing new here. It's not a fully formed musical. But if you want to hear those songs sang well, then that's fine. That's for you.
I think what it is as well is
Oh
it's a
my-
fantastic showcase piece for the 4 leads. I mean,
Absolutely.
we're going to see great things. They've got great careers, I think.
Yeah, and do you know,
dancing,
every
and
single
singing.
one of them.
Woo!
I was casting them in my head in the next show. I was
Yes.
like, yep, she's a Penny Pingleton. Yes, she's a Rose. Yes, she's a. I was literally like,
Yep.
I could see them going on to really great things. But that's just what I think.
And that's just what I think.
What do you think? Let us know down below. I mean, come to the Gatehouse anyway, because you'll have a great afternoon out, a few drinks, a bit of food.
And
so
also
yeah.
let us know about your kind of local community theatre. We say
Yeah.
this a lot. Let us know about the
Because
theatre
we
that's
met a
going
lot
on
of
for
people
you.
here that live locally that love having this on their doorstep. And what is it that's on your doorstep that you can't get enough of? We love to hear from you. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more of us. We are the Breaker Leggers.
And we'll catch you again soon.
Bye!